Hello everyone and welcome back to Nexus Commentaries. I'm your host, Majesty, solo casting today. So for your viewing pleasure, we have for you Division A East, Sky5 versus gillySharks. I believe these teams they're Division A East, obviously. Sky5 currently 10-2, and gillyShark 7-7. So should be a fairly close game overall. Favoring Sky5 slightly at the time. But these teams have they've put on quite a couple of shows this season. Sky5 has played mostly meta, but they've played some like really hyper aggressive comps in the past. Things with like carry zoom, which really gives it away. On the other side, gillySharks have played what are troll picks to a lot of people. They've played Joe Gall once. They've done Samuro, which was their signature back when they were in Division B. On top of that, you have Zul, Zarya, or Fia. They've played Arthas. I don't know if that's offlane or main tank Arthas. But overall, they're fun teams to watch, and I think you'll enjoy tonight's show. So the coin toss information, I'll go ahead and try to read through quickly as these teams are ready to go for you guys tonight. So Sky5 called the coin, they lost it. gillyShark won the coin. They opted for first hero pick. Map bans were Sky5 banning out Braxis and Dragonshire, the two offlane heavy maps, so potentially signifying that they have a weaker offlane, or maybe it's just discomfort with those maps. A lot of players just don't like those maps in general. And gillyShark's banning out Towers and Curse, which were two more macro-oriented maps, so that was intriguing to see. And then the pick by Sky5 was Ultrac Pass. Ultrac Pass is a very exciting map, because it has to do with controlling the mid-camp lane very well, but then also opening up the side lanes for potential boss pushes later on. So you kind of have to focus in on all three lanes. Like, alright, early game we want the mid lane, we want to keep getting that camp on cooldown, the merc camp on cooldown, and then we also don't want to deprioritize the side lanes so much that later on we can't get value out of a boss push. Like, alright, we're trading bosses, theirs is going on keep, Mars is going on fort. That's unfortunate. We'd rather both go and keep, or ours, preferably, go on core and end the game. So that's all exciting. Sorry, I was listening. I'm not sure if that's thunder or something moving around. But anyways, so all three lanes kind of important here, but different stages of the games, different things you're going for. Poke heroes like Chromie, which has been played by Sky5, Junkrat, which has been played by gillySharks, are really notorious on this map, as well as like Hammer for just being able to stall the channel point for extremely long periods of time. So that's something to watch out for, as well as if these teams pull something like that out of the water. Alright, both teams are ready now, so any second we'll get to see what they want to play. I'm excited for this game. I hope you're excited for this game overall. Let's just have a good night tonight, guys. Let's just relax, have fun, and enjoy some nice NGS HOTS as we enter into Game 1 of Sky5 versus gillyShark. Ultrac Pass. Of course, the first pick going to go over to gillySharks, as they did win the coin flip, which means they will also have first ban. They like to ban things like Johanna, ETC, Greyman, and Deathwing. Pretty overall standard bans. I'm saying along a lot. I'm sorry. On the other side, Sky5 prefer banning out Zul, Garrosh, Zeratul, and Urel. You're going to see the Ana first banned out against Sky5. They've played Ana a handful of times there, so that is a bit of a target ban there. Hello to all of you in chat. There we go again. I don't know why. I don't feel like I normally say this much. Maybe I need to go back and watch my some recent casts, see how often I've been saying it. Bad habit. I need to get rid of it. Sky5 is going to ban out the Samuro. Makes sense. Now I'm doing gillySharks, of course, were known for their SAM play in Division B. Since they've made the transition to Division A last season, I don't feel like they've played it as often. I don't know if more teams are just banning it because they were known for it, or if it's just something that they haven't been prioritizing as heavily with the transition. We see the Deckard ban out. That's been Sky5's most played support. They've played it 6 times so far on the side of Sky5 and won every single game with it. So that is it is Thunder. Alright. Anyways, that is an extremely high priority pick for them. And then, of course, the Zul ban out there. Not only has gillySharks played it a handful of times, but it's their #1 ban on the side of Sky5. There's the Johanna picked up. Both teams' most played tank, I believe. Not sure, actually, no. Only been played 2 games so far, according to Hero's profile for gillySharks. We'll have to see what the first 2 picks out of Sky5 here are. I'm expecting their tank, potentially ETC. They're actually going to prioritize Dahaka and Li Ming. Li Ming, they've played 7 games so far. They've won 85.71% of those, which I believe means they've won 6 out of 7. So I believe they only have 1 loss so far on Li Ming. And then the Dahaka, which is really good, of course, on this map and other large maps. They've played twice. They've won with it. Of course, they're going to have high win percentages, being 10-2 on the side of Sky5. gillySharks will be a little more even since their overall record is 50-50. There's Lunara and Lucio picked up. Lucio for those rotations. And then Lunara, of course, picked up for the scaling, the PvE, the PvP. She's just... I wouldn't go as far as to say she's the ranged version of Greymane, but she's not super far off, I'd say. Like, in terms of just being an all-around generalized hero. Obviously, Greymane himself is also melee, but he has a little bit more of a tank buster ability. And then Sky5 is going to follow that up with the Junkrat ban, not wanting to get just completely harassed down by Junkrat Lunara. That's, it'd be pretty toxic. Of Lunara's poison. This season, of course, our theme seems to be here puns on Nexus commentaries. I don't know why. I'm gonna say it's just because we're a little bit more comfortable with you all. Because of that. Anyways, there's gonna be the Rhaegar ban, of course, not wanting the enemy team going to Bloodlust comp. Also, that's 3 healers banned out by gillySharks and picked up, so that's 4 healers. I believe there's like 11 or 12 total in the game, so that's a third of all healers in HOTS removed from this match, and we still don't even have 1 picked on the side of Sky5, which are now going to pick up Diablo, and I imagine their healer, which is going to be Whitemane in this game. I'm interested. They have not played Diablo before, nor... Let me confirm this. Yeah, nor have they played Whitemane. So those are 2 brand new picks coming out of Sky5 there. We'll have to see if they are as comfortable on them as they are on their regular picks. Surprised they did not go the Anduin with the Diablo for the Light Bomb combo, but it's neither here nor there. There's going to be the Arthas and Greymane picked up now for gillyShark. Greymane, of course, for his tank buster ability, all around, just generalized playstyle, and then Arthas. And I know Monkus. I know I was wrong when I said it, when I said that Lunara was the ranged version of Greymane, but I don't know. Sometimes you just start talking, you don't know what you're saying. There's Karazim picked up now as well. So double healer, double tank Li Ming out of Sky5 here. And then gillySharks doing a little bit more traditional, but they're using Greymane in the mage slot a little bit more this way around. I'm intrigued. I think overall this is a solid draft either team. I think this could go either way. As we're going to go ahead and enter into Game 1 of Sky5 versus gillyShark. 0-0 so far, of course, because it's Game 1. And on the side of Sky5, currently 10-2, we have Apple Mike on Dahaka, Alan by default on Whitemane, Frank Jukes on Karazim, Frill on Li Ming, and Crafty Devil playing Diablo. And for the side of gillySharks, we have Zergi Monster on Lucio, Chest Looter on Greymane, Veggies playing Johanna, Stark on Arthas, and Ryokai on Lunara. I hope you're all ready. Actually, I can just throw in a poll now. I think I have enough time. Who wins game 1? Minimum response. Sky5. Gilly. We'll run it for 3 minutes. Start poll. Alright. We'll just view the results, I guess. And live time. I think that works. So far, people are saying, Sky5 wins. That's 1 vote. gillyShark is 7-7 because I didn't actually mention that. Like I mentioned, Sky5 being 10-2. Isn't exciting knowing records. This is our first poll here on Nexus Commentaries that I've ran, at least, since they've added that feature, or really at all. So that's exciting. This game's taking a little bit longer to load than I was expecting. But we're almost there now. We're loaded in. Just waiting on the carry zoom. People still voting in favor of Sky5. Alright, we're into it now. We can zoom out. We can pull up talents here. We can take a look at this. And of course, level 1, smooth moves there on Lucio. Getting that extra health regen for themselves, as well as the mana and the increased wall duration. Wall ride activity. Now some votes coming in for gillySharks. We've 60-40 now in favor of Gilly, winning game 1 here. We're going to actually go into Hold Your Ground, Sentinel Wisp, Iron Fist for that extra damage there, which I like, and then Pity the Frail, which is also my preferred talent on White Mane. In Brawl, which is the only time I play her. Arthas is going to go Root Quest, which is a little interesting considering the fact that he is going to be the off lane, but not unheard of if he wants to be just more of a solid tank-ish role, even from the off lane there. Dahaka already in the top lane. Johanna, Veggie's sitting off to the side there, keeping vision. Start holding towards the bot lane there. Both teams going to go for this early wave clear. Root Quest at 1. Enhanced agility there. Force armor. Devil's Due, which can be a really scary talent. You get a handful of souls, and then you pick up a regen globe right before a fight, and then it becomes really hard to kill you really fast due to the extra regen that you can get out of that. Of course, it costs no mana to regen that. In the top lane, we just have Arthas Dahaka. Not much is going to happen there unless someone gets CC'd in the tower. 3 seconds, and then Merc camps are now up. We'll have to see. We already see the gillySharks on their way over there. Lucio Greymane, Ming on her way over there for the side of Sky5. Doesn't have anyone else with him. Double healer Diablo here in the bot lane. Looks like White Mane's going to go ahead and head off now to help her out. I imagine Gillies will pick this up first, but then it will have to see how that plays out in terms of who actually gets to clear first. Looks like the poll is almost done here, and it looks like you guys all voted for gillySharks, and by everyone I mean 4-3. So, or 4-2, my bad, 4-2-2. Yep, 4-2 was the final result there on that poll. We'll go ahead and close that now. Boop. See how all this plays out. Apple might get a little low there in the top lane, but he's just going to go ahead and burrow and regen that back up. Looking for the pull onto Stark, but not able to find it. Level 4 is coming out now for Gilly. Quickly followed up here by Sky5. The wave clear in mid lane. Right now, they're getting a lot of siege damage done, even with just that minion wave and then that siege camp that was there. Now it's going to be up to Gilly to go ahead and clean up that siege camp a little bit, which they can do fairly easily. It's under tower. They have Greymane. What else is going on here? Top lane's about the same. Apple might get a little low on mana now. He's going to go ahead and use his tap right as the objective is announced. Hero Stalker. Nice talent. Really strong talent these days. Desperate Priest. So looking like White Mane's going to go into a little bit more of a burst healing oriented build with Q talents more so than the auto attack, kind of like sustain W hybrid weird build. I don't really know what you'd call it. Stark though, looks like he's going to be surviving a 4-man gank here. Johanna's going to go ahead and rotate up. There's going to be another 2-man root out of Stark there on the Arthas. Frank Jukes working on clearing mid lane. Lunar heading bot there. trying to pick up the level 7s for both teams. No one really looking towards the objectives just yet. Gonna go ahead and back on a couple heroes even. Another siege camp from both teams coming out here. Should gillyShark take the camp instead? That's a good question. I don't know. I really don't know if gillyShark versus Li Ming, like who would be better at taking that camp. They're gonna rotate gillyShark over there now and let Li Ming go. Does she tap? She's clearing at least. She's gonna get that regen globe. I don't know if she's gonna end up tapping or not. gillyShark's gonna move forward now, try to get the first capture here on the objective. That's gonna start that 30-second channel going here. They also have level 7, but so do Sky5. We can actually see Malevolence there out of Diablo for that extra auto attack damage. A little interesting picking auto attack talents into Johanna Arthas, but of course never unheard of. Crazier things have happened. Apple Mike there going into the back. There's going to be a big orb from Ming that she's going to try to channel it. She is going to go ahead and get the interrupt. 12 seconds left now for gillyShark. So there's a push back onto Veggies. Unfortunately, she's going to go down, or he's going to go. Johanna's going to drop. Chest looter after that with the Greymane there being chased down by the gillyShark. Now Frill is going to go ahead and pick up that channel. 30 seconds ticking away now in favor of Sky5. As gilly's just look to lane a little bit, try to keep up on XP here. They're going to wait for Johanna and Greymane to come back. Then they're going to move in here as well. We'll have to see who ends up picking up the interrupt here. They can start to maybe channel here. They're going to go ahead and start clicking on it. Get that freeze on the timer when a hero is channeling. At 7.6 seconds, they're going to go ahead and secure that as well. Now it's going to be a fight to see who ends up getting to finish it. Whoever wins the next fight will get to win the objective more than likely. Li Ming combo going into the bushes. No one quite rotating there. Unfortunately, not going to give her those CDR. She's actually going to a Seeker orb build, like a Q orb build hybrid. Whereas this talent is just really strong right now, since it gives you back, I think it's all the mana and 40 mana. I'd have to check, but it's pretty close to all the mana, if not all the mana cost of orb. Apple Mike at low health again, but Crafty Devil and Veggies posting up just off it to make sure no one approaches that objective, as both teams go ahead and take their third camp of this match. Almost 6 minutes in, 5:50. But we're going to have to see how this plays out. Both teams are racing towards 10 here. gillyShark's in the lead on that all-important race to 10. Now they're going to move forward here. Sky5 doing a little bit of cleanup there in the mid lane, but they need to be careful. If they spend too much time cleaning up, gillies can move in towards the objective. If they don't spend enough time cleaning up, they're going to lose that fort. So they're a little bit split right now. I'm not really sure who's going to fight first. It looks like it's going to be top lane 4v2, but it's the two tanks here out of gillies that are surviving. They're a hard duo to kill, honestly. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, it's a 3v1, now a 3v2 as Li Ming rotates in. And they're just going to go ahead and secure mid fort at 6.5 minutes in. Secure level 10 for both teams here. We're actually going to see APOC, we're going to see 7 Saya, Blessed Shield, Bullets, Leaping Strike, Army of the Dead. It's pretty standard out of both teams. Yeah, I'd say that's standard overall. Scarlet Aegis coming out of Whitemane, going for that armor, anti-burst, kind of quick heal over the damage ulti to get the rapid ticking heals. Frill looking there from the side. There's going to be the charge forward by the Diablo, but he's going to eat the bullet. Here comes APOC now as well. Now they're going forward. There's the 7-sided strike, but it's getting split damage around. They're trying to kill Crafty Devil here, but he's just not quite falling from that double healer. It's actually going to be Johanna the first to die. That's the full souls now onto Diablo, and this is going to force gillies back now as well. Crafty Devil, the power of the double healer comp coming out of there. Make sure, alright, so now we're going to see gillySharks go ahead and pick up that objective as well. So that's going to be the fourth, or that objective. Gilly's picking up the siege camp. Sky5 picking up the camp. Waiting to see where people go, see how aggressive they're going to play this. See if I can, see if I can show you the replay of the last fight. It looks like we're not going to have that, as we're going to have Chest Looter, Apple Mike, Frill, Allen by default, and a monster here in the mid lane, looking to clear that out. Both the tanks, again, they seem to like this combo of Johanna Arthas there in the side lane. It's very beefy, very hard to deal with. There's going to be the mid towers down, mid well as well, but it doesn't look like they're quite going to be able to get the mid fort. But maybe I spoke too soon here. 4 members in here now for Sky5. Johanna walks in on that. Crafty Devil going to tank a little bit of that, but yeah, they're not able to secure that, which means the camps coming out of Gilly's doing more work than the objective for Sky5 here. They got top towers, mid towers, so they're slightly ahead by like a set of towers, but they don't have a fort down yet, which is unfortunate for them. This Wisp is going to give vision on this boss. They know there's 4 down here. They have options. It looks like they're going to use this, go ahead and try to kill Dahaka, and then they'll rotate down to defend the boss. Johanna Lunara needs to be careful. They know they're on the boss. They know that they're on the boss. But there goes the boss, and unfortunately they don't kill Dahaka here either. And so that's rather unfortunate because they didn't go contest the boss to try to kill Dahaka, and then they don't get the kill on Dahaka, so they lose the boss, they miss out on the kill. Now they get to, on the side of Sky5, rotate all the way to the top lane here and potentially do a double boss play. 13's now picked up for Gilly, so they're heading XP, but they're behind in kills, and they haven't gotten an objective yet, which is unfortunate for them. Mid camp picked up once again. Lunar's almost through with this boss. She's about to be able to leave it, but the top boss now, this is where the big picture is going to be. Go ahead and drop the talents. It is Glass Cannon, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. Karazim's talent will pop up in the corner. You'll see that in a second as the top boss is going to go ahead and be picked up now by Sky5, but there's the camp invade coming out of gillyShark. So gillyShark going to go ahead and steal that. And then they're going to have to go up top and defend that boss now as well. Or gillyShark's just saying, screw the boss. Let it push. Where you want an objective this time. So they're going to go ahead and start the 40-second channel. Of course, if you didn't know, every time the objective comes up on this map, the channel time increases by 10 seconds. I'm sure there's a cap, but I don't know it. So right now I'm just going to say it increases by 10 seconds. So it's 30, 40, third one's 50, then 60. And then I don't know if it scales past 60. 16 seconds left on that. They're going to go ahead and back off now. Arthas in the top lane. Lunar was soaking that bot lane. They're doing a good job of soaking here on the side of Gilly. Can they transition that XP, though, into wins? Still don't have any kills yet, but it is hard to kill things through White Main healing, let alone White Main plus Karazim healer. So, healing, not healer. Karazim, of course, is a healer. We have to see how this goes. Top boss is going to go ahead and get 1 keep tower there, but nothing much more. There's the root coming out of Arthas. Going to go ahead and finish that quest now. Veggie's going to walk forward on the Johanna. There's the condemn and the punish there onto Dahaka. Now Apple Mike going to walk into the back. There's the Apon coming out. Diablo. There's the 7-sided strike going out to the Arthas. They're trying to burn him as much as they can. There's the Lucio ult as well, but Sark is still going to fall as he gets overpowered by Diablo as well inside the Li Ming's Disintegrate Beam. He's going to fall down now as well. I'm going to go ahead and looks like we're going to have a disengage here out of the teams as that channel is now going to be finished. Let's take another look at that fight. See the teams posturing up there. You see the gillySharks go in for the aggressive play, but Arthas going in just a hair bit farther than anyone else and then gets singled out by all the damage coming out of Sky5. They try to keep him alive the best they can, but they're unable to do so. The objective has spawned now as Sky5 look to take the bottom keep out, or fort out now as well. Pressure the side lanes a little bit. They were able to get the first 2 bosses of the game, 1 on each half of the map. But they have yet to, well, they're slightly ahead in Siege. I don't know where I was going with that. They're pushing into this bottom keep now. Apple Mike facing 2 there in the mid lane. Johanna's back now as well. Her and Greymane, of course, did a deep defense there of the top objective. But objective now dead as well. How much are they going to chase this? Probably not much, since they only have 3 versus the 4 that they know. Apple Mike off to the side here. They're actually still stepping out here. There's a big chunk of damage there onto Ryokai, though. He's going to have to back off now. There's the speed boost out of Lucio. Now we're going to start healing that back up as well. Pull up the talents here as both teams are now 16. Should have had those open earlier. It's going to be up the frequency out Lucio there. Fanaticism, unfair advantage being a huge talent. Tunneling claws out of Dahaka. Not always the most common pick for him, but it saves lives sometimes. Shared punishment. Way of the 100 Fists. Kerazim, Mirror Ball, of course, and then Domination, which is standard. So it's actually like a full charge build with Malevolence there out of Diablo, looking for that charge into a wall and just really set up their team fight damage here. With a Leeming like hyper carry style, I'm not overly surprised with at all. It's a nice adaptation you see from the normal W build. Diablo's top lane has 5 members of gillySharks up here and an Apple mic hanging out. Now we're gonna see them both teams rotating into mid here a little bit. Some cleanup going on. 53 seconds and 59 seconds respectively left on the camps from right to left. Lunara, looks like Lunara's gonna go bot, try to clean up that XP a little bit, get that wave D pushed. We are on the race to 20, of course, everyone's favorite race of the game. As Ryukai finishes clearing up the bot lane XP, we do have a 50-second channel once again. So maybe it isn't just plus 10. Maybe it's a set like 40, 50, 50, 50. Maybe does it only scale twice? No, that is still plus 10, isn't it? Anyways, we have the teams poking back and forth now, but of course Lucio is going to be able to heal that up, as well as a white main Kerazim combination, as well as of course Dahaka's built in. There's the cleanse though coming out now as well. Stark already down to half, but he's going to start queuing himself back up. The objective's still at 32% and ticking. 32 seconds and ticking. There's Army of the Dead coming out. They're trying to stop it here on the side of Gilly, but Apple Mike walking in there with the W on Dahaka. There's the root coming out as well. Crafty Devil getting low. They're trying to chase them off here. 26 seconds left, but it's going to go ahead and be stopped now by Stark. Crafty Devil trying to shove them back. There's going to be Zergate Monster's ulti on Lucio. They're able to stop the objective, force them back, but unable to secure any kills yet so far. On the side of gillySharks, both teams going to, of course, go for their camps once again. Wouldn't mind seeing the Ming either tap or back afterwards, or really go now if you're going to back all the way. She needs to do something, I feel like. Globe's not going to be enough. Alright, Globe plus tap. There we go. That's going to be enough mana. Just give that a second to tip up here. Now the teams are once again looking to engage here. There's going to be the push forward by the gillySharks. There's the orbs coming out of Ming, though. There's the bullet going also onto Ming. Chest looter, they're going to try to go for a channel. They're going to go ahead and pick that up. So at least it's taking now in favor of gillySharks. The push forward now coming out of Sky5. There's the charge forward by Diablo into the APOC. Chest looter in trouble. He's going to go ahead and go down as well. There's the 7-sided strike going to land about 4 blows there onto Arthas. The next charge onto Diablo. Unfortunately, not enough follow-up to get anything done. Both teams now reset. 39 to 26 left need to be channeled on this objective, as the teams look and hover around red team's prison camp. Mirrorball landing a huge chunk there onto Lucio. Push forward there as well. Pull this up. We don't know when those teams are going to quite secure 20. Li Ming, of course, doing a good job of just trying to harass, check bushes. The Wisp sitting in there as well. Lunar heading to the bot lane to try to get that XP. They're a little bit behind because they're down by 5 kills still. Now they're just hanging out. Both teams just hanging out, looking for 20. Apple Mike doing his best to get there. There's going to be the 3rd consecutive objective picked up for Sky5. Looks like this time around they're going to focus in a little bit more on the top lane that was defended way out here last time. This time they're going to fight here. There's the busted shield out on Johanna. There's the bullet as well. They're just going to go ahead and delete Li Ming. There's the Army of Dead now. The Johanna or Lunar going to get slammed into the wall, but it's going to be Alan by default in trouble there. White Mane falls down as well. There's the first 2 kills for Gilly's coming out now. Now they're going to be able to get a free cleanup here in mid. I think I caught it. Yeah, you can go ahead and see the teams there positioning aggressively, moving forward. Blush's shield coming out, and then just the instant delete there on Ming. Then using that Lucio to heal up. Lunar dancing around, and then the chase of White Mane. There's the bottom cleaned up. They killed about half of this, and the left went bottom. Just cleaned that up before any value could be gotten. Before they lost the keep down there. Even left Greymane down there to push out the wave a little bit. Now they're going to go ahead and finish off the top one. And this is when they need to start looking for a boss. Both teams are 20 now. Boop. 11-sided strike, temporal flux. It's an annoying talent. I hate dealing with temporal flux. If I'm facing a Li Ming, that's the last 20 I want to see. Now it looks like we're gonna see a potential boss trade out here, which of course this is what I was talking about earlier. Like, you can't not focus the side lanes enough, because you're gonna be in a situation now where they're gonna get a boss, they're gonna get a boss, their boss is going on to a barely alive keep, and their boss is going on a full health fort. And so, even if you wanted to, you can't really afford to push with the boss in the top lane. Like, you're gonna have to back and defend in the bot lane. And if you're Sky5, you can just ignore the top boss. I'm sorry, I realized it was still showing. Oh, never mind. That was the delay. I got thrown off by the delay. Now I'm showing the wrong thing. Alright, anyways. gillySharks now have backed for the defense. Stark here on the flank. Actually going to be caught out here in a second. Going to go ahead and start rotating out to make sure he doesn't. Or she doesn't. I don't know. Arthur's just chilling. They're going to go ahead and start in on the defense here. There is 2 keeps down, which means the boss would end if left unattended here on the core. If there's only 1 keep down and a boss pushes uninvaded, then you just need someone to clear like 1 or 2 waves behind it, and then you can just leave and let the core kill the boss and then regen his health. But with the help of gillySharks, the boss will go down, and then of course the boss, or the core on this map, will regenerate its health. Now, the siege camps, well, Sky5 will pick up their siege camp. Sky5 will pick it up. gillySharks won't. They're trying to get in on this objective early. Have been unlucky so far picking up. I do like the anti-magic shell pickup here on Arthas. I feel like it's going to help a lot, because most of the damage coming out of Sky5 is magic damage there, spell damage there, with the Li Ming. Here comes the APOC though, the 7-sided strike out as well, 11-sided, and they're going to go ahead and pop Johanna, of all people. The Lucio, unfortunately, not quite in time. There's going to be the charge on Diablo again. Chest Looter here in trouble on the Greyman. There goes the bullet onto Frank Jr. There's going to be a trade out there as well, but this Ming's getting resets. But Stark there in the backline at like full health there, pressuring this white man as much as they can. Now it's the Lunara who's in a good flanking spot. Crafty Devil going to go ahead and drop down. Now that's a soul reset. The jump forward there by Ryokai at 50 health. Going to have to start to run away now on both teams here, disengaging after a back and forth fight a bit. Both teams are going to have to go ahead. They're going to deal a little bit back, heal up, deal with the siege camp here in mid that was picked up by Sky5. But with the Diablo soul reset, he's back alive earlier. They're going to go ahead and also recapture this objective now. He's going to go ahead and start taking this one. Also needs 50. Maybe it's 30, 40, 50, and then just caps at 50 and just 50 every time. Should probably just look that up. Should have kept my mouth shut. Now the two teams are looking to engage once again. They're trying to stop the channel here on the side of Gilly. The W out of Diablo, they're going to go ahead and try to stop it here at 31. I think they could have done a little bit better. There's the Apple Mic tongue coming out though, but unfortunately no follow-up. Ryokai is going to make sure to get the channel now. 26 left. 26 seconds left needed for Sky5 to go ahead and get their 4th consecutive objective on the map. But now the camp will once again be picked up by Sky5, really getting that middle camp out a lot, which is going to help them get that last keep that they need. Here comes the APOC once again there. Going to go ahead and land it onto, I can't see because he's just silenced. There's the Johanna down once again. That's who it was under the 11-sided strike. The camp was left uncapped, unfortunately. There's the army of the dead. The root going out to Diablo. They're trying to lead him. Doesn't have souls. He's going to go ahead and fall down as well. 1-for-1 trade so far in no one's real favor because it's an even trade. But Ryokai is going to go ahead and cap that prison camp once again. Counting down, gillyShark struggling to get their first objective of the game. If they were able to get it, they could have the turnaround that they've been looking for. The Wisp from Lunar going to be scout out the Dahaka. There's going to be the Root as well. I don't know if they know the healers are here or the Ming is here, but they're definitely going to be in position of a flank here. We see the level 20 of Greymane doing work there. There's the dive forward. Here comes the Karazim as well, but is he going to be left out too much by himself? He's taking down health from the poison of Lunar, but he's going to be okay because of all of the healing. They kind of just did a running pass through. They came in and right back out. unable to secure anything without that Diablo there. They're going to go ahead and pick up their first objective of the game here on the side of gillyShark. Now they need to actually get these lanes pushed out, and they're actually going to lose mid-keep, meanwhile, to that camp. That camp just shreds buildings if it's left unattended. They're going to spend most of this objective just cleaning up base, unfortunately, for the side of gillySharks. This is going to let Sky5, if they position correctly, just backdoor very quickly here. If they see them on the map as 5, pushed out really far in the mid lane or in the top lane somewhere past the halfway point, they could very arguably run forward and just try to kill the core behind their backs. So it looks like they're going to look for a defense here. Apple Mike getting in a very good position for the backline. He's actually going to head back. Thinks it's a little too risky to come in that way. Scouting this bush, but they didn't scout this bush. Daka now back here. He's going to go ahead and walk back into this. Now the push forward. gillyShark's looking to start picking up their keeps now as well. Down to almost dead. There's alright, it's gonna go ahead and tick down now. Here's Frill on the sideline throwing out the Disintegrate Beam. Looks like they're trying to position to maybe just burn core even with only one keep down. But the Ming from the back, there's gonna be the Lucio ults down. Frank Jukes in the sideline. They're gonna go ahead and throw out 11-sided strike. There's the Ensemble coming out of the white main now. APOC being dropped as well. Ryukai once again getting low. He's going to go drop. There's going to be the kill on Greymane as well. That's going to make this really difficult. Zergy Monster and Stark getting low as well. Zergy Monster trying his best to kill them off. Actually getting health, but it's going to be Stark the next to fall. Then it's going to be the punish completed there by Johanna. Arthas dead. Johanna's dead. That's a full man team wipe dead here on the side of Gilly. The core is going to start regenerating health. They're going to go ahead and clean up the top objective. They don't need to worry about bottom. They really should just be rushing core right now with everyone besides Dahaka. Let Dahaka clean this up. Then let Dahaka dig in and really just try to end here. You got 40 seconds. You're down to 34, 32 already. Diablo and Whitemane are strong, but they're not strong enough to end the core on their own. At least not anytime efficiently. They're going to go ahead and try to focus down a wave or two here while they wait for their team to catch up. And, this might give them enough time on the side of gillySharks to revive. They're down to 13 seconds left on the Greymane, 10 seconds on Lunara. If they're not careful, they're gonna throw it here. There's just gonna be another 5-man team wipe. Then we'll see if Gillies can run down. They're starting to burn it now, though, and it might be just too quick. 13,000 health left, 10,000, 8,000. They're trying to burn as much as they can. Apple Mike getting low. He's trying to take back health. Crafty Devil also getting low there. Ryukai trying to kill something here, but is unable to do so. And it will be game 1 going over to Sky5. Go ahead and look at this. Look at this. 13-5 kills. 209,000 siege damage for Lunara. 178 for Dahaka, 177 for Li Ming. You can just see all the siege damage from really even Whitemane was able to score almost 30,000 siege damage. The healing numbers also coming out just phenomenally high. Some big numbers here. 108,000 out of Whitemane. Even the self-healing topping 34,706 for Dahaka. What an epic game 1 coming out of these two teams. Very close, but it's going to be Sky5 taking it in the end. I cannot remember what the last replay I had was, but let's go ahead and just watch it. Like, any fight that I highlighted that we did an instant replay on was epic, so we're just going to watch the last one again and see how that went real quick. So it's the one where gillySharks really started to have their comeback here, because they win this fight, they get their first couple kills of the game, they sort of catch up a little bit. This kind of secures them on the race to 20. They show their combo can work. They kill up the Whitemane too. They had really good target prioritization in this go, but they were unfortunately unable to clinch out the game in the end. They got in the core. They got it down just below half, and then unfortunately got wiped. Felt like they had to go for a second keep before they went for it, but they just felt pressured that they had to go for it at that exact moment. And who can blame them? I mean, it's a tough call sometimes. So, overall, that was an exciting game. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I know I did, going back and forth. And now we're going to start in on the ums again. So we gonna rehydrate here a little bit. Alright. So, gillySharks One coin toss opted for first pick. I imagine they're going to opt for first pick once again, which is going to give the map pick back over to Sky5, which makes me think that they are going to pick Infernal Shrines. And why do I say Infernal Shrines? Well, Towers of Doom is banned out, which is their most played map on the side of Sky5, and then it's Infernal Shrines. They've had mixed success on it, being 50 and 50, but it's a larger map, and they seem to favor larger maps, but I was wrong. So it looks like gillySharks opted to have first pick, like I said. They won the coin toss, they went first pick, they lost this game, so it was their choice, and they went first pick. Pretty standard, pretty predictable things. And then this gave Sky5 the map pick, and they opted to have Battlefield of Eternity. Statistically speaking, the snowballiest map in the game. Doesn't feel as snowbally as other games or other maps, but it is, statistically speaking, the most snowbally one. Like getting the first fort or the first keep give you ridiculous win rates. Like getting the first fort of the game. Like normally the first fort is like is like something like a 65% win rate or something like that. It gives you an advantage, but it's not like game ending. But for some reason on Battlefield of Eternity, getting the first fort is something like an 85 to like 92% win rate for the team that gets the first fort of the game. Like statistically speaking, it's such a significant advantage that it's almost worth it, like bum rushing a fort at level 1. Like per pure numbers there. Like, and then getting the first keep gives you like a 98% win rate. Like just getting the first keep just basically says the game's over. What are these going on here? Let's check in messages, make sure there wasn't anything wrong in the background. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so I'm ready. gillySharks is ready. I hope you're ready. Because if Game 2 is anything like Game 1, we're in for another wild ride. Especially in Battlefield Eternity. So this map, I expect to see the Li Ming either picked or banned by Sky5. Like early on, I expect them to pick it if it's open. Or gillySharks to go ahead and ban that out. I expect to see the Sam ban once again. I think that was a solid ban against gillySharks. And then, on top of that, we might see the Grey Mane banned out. We might see White Mane or Kerosene banned out. Those seem to be issues. I think that was more of the issue than the Diablo itself. I feel like their ability just to keep the Diablo alive from the White Mane and Kerosene together, and that burst combo with 7-sided and Li Ming, which is more of an issue than necessarily the Diablo himself alone would have been. So that's what I'm expecting out of these teams' draft. But of course, in the end, it doesn't matter at all about what I think. What matters is what the teams think. So we're going to go ahead and see the Ana ban out once again, of course, that being alright. Anyway, sorry, got making sure that nothing was going wrong with the stream, that nobody had messaged me like, hey, your mic's off, we can't hear you, and I just looked dumb the whole time. Of course, there's the Ana ban, and then we see the Sam ban, of course, once again from Sky5. I'm expecting this to be a Ming ban, honestly, out of Gillies. They just showed that they're willing to build a whole comp, but instead they're going to ban out the Deckard once again. Of course, that is the 6-0 Deckard of Sky5 being banned out there. Is this going to be Raynor? Though Exterminator did just get nerfed back to where it was pre-buff. To see how that plays out. It's going to be the Zul ban. So it's actually the same first 4 bans from both teams here. First pick could be Johanna, could be ETC, could be some kind of racer from gillyShark. Technically they're one shark. They're not sharks, which is what I keep saying, but it's gillyShark. I'm excited to see how that plays out. They're going to go ahead and snipe away the Li Ming, then the Greymane and Johanna coming out. So right now, maybe they're just going to trade drafts. Wouldn't that be exciting? I'd be excited if they just traded drafts. It's always fun to just see teams, even though it's a completely different map, so it would play completely differently. Of course, everyone's pick so far is just generally good on Battlefield of Eternity, of course, and then of course, because how many times can I say that in a row? There's the Raynor picked up for Gillies, as well as the Rhaegar, potentially a Bloodlust, potentially the new buff level 20 coming out of Ancestral as well, the double proc coming out of it. So I'm excited. Maybe they'll pick like an Artanis here. I could see Artanis being picked up by Sky5 for the blind to counter any potential Bloodlust comp coming out of gillySharks right now. They were opting to do that. There's going to be the Arthas ban though, which hints that Sky5 probably are really looking towards it now, looking to go into that like melee auto attack like hero of some kind, along with the Greymane. It could also just be because they have the Greymane, Sky5 feel the need to ban it away. Now it's Chromie time. Every time it's Chromie time. I'm going to see, this ban is going to be the Stukov, so gillySharks once again banning out 3 healers, taking 1, moving approximately a third of the entire healer pool from Sky5 before they ban 1. Sky5 will pick the Whitemane once again, did very well in game 1. They're even going to change skins. Look at that. How shiny that skin is. Lovely. And Imperious coming out of Apple Mike. So they're hiding the potential mage pick there. Hint at maybe something like a Sergeant Hammer. I would enjoy a Sergeant Hammer game. I enjoy casting Sergeant Hammer games. I don't enjoy playing against a Sergeant Hammer. I enjoy playing Hammer even a little bit. There's going to be the ETC picked up now for gillySharks as their tank of choice. And then they're going to pair it with the offlaner of Thrall. So we're going to see potentially the old school Bloodlust Earthquake comp. And then out of Sky5 here, they need their last pick. Mega Muffin predicting a potential Chromie pickup, which is an option. There's not like a whole lot of dive from gillySharks to reach back there. And that would set up the Greymane pretty well. They could really just burst down ETC with like bullet Chromie combo. But instead, it is literally going to be the Chromie. So there we do have the drafts. And here we speak the good English. So far, you guys have predicted 4-2 the gillySharks take game 2. Most of you seem to be in favor of that due to the Rhaegar pickup and the Bloodlust options. As we head into Game 2 of Sky5 versus gillySharks Division 8 East, we're going to Battlefield of Eternity. And on the side of Sky5, we have Apple Mike on Imperious, Crafty Devil on Johanna, Ellen by default on Whitemane, Frank Jukes on Greymane, and Frill on Chromie. And playing for the side of gillyShark, we have Chess Looter on Li Ming, Stark on Rhaegar, Ryokai on Raynor, Zergy Monster on Thrall, and Veggies on ETC. And that is a role swap that I didn't notice earlier between Stark and Zergy Monster, swapping the healer and the offlaner. That is fascinating. Alright, here we go. We go ahead and we've loaded into Game 2. We dope. Need to know their stats. We need to know what talents they've taken. We're going to have Exterminator here. Even post-nerf. It's still really good rates on the Immortal. Not a bad talent. It was already being picked before buff on this map at least. Now it will continue to be picked on this map more than likely in a lot of situations. Block Party picked up there for ETC. So I think I need this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A little bit of time left on the poll. It looks like it's gonna end. It's gonna end at 5 and 2. A late vote. being popped in there. Yep, gillySharks go ahead and take the vote. 71% of you decided that gillySharks take game 2 here, sending us to game 3. We'll have to see if your predictions play out well. Ryokai eating a full Romy double Q coming out there. Uses that E right away. Zergy Monster and Apple Mike in the top lane. Veggies trying to secure, or Crafty Devil securing the globe for their team. Now it's going to be on to Veggies to secure the globe for his power slide there. Onto Frank on the Grey Main. Now they're turning around the DPS onto Veggies, though. He's getting low. There's the Chromie coming out, down 30 health left on him. 31 was the number I saw at the minimum there for Veggies, as he goes ahead and gets out now as well. Apple Mike looking to clear a little bit here in the top lane. Zergy Monster, of course, looking for echoes of the element. Crafty Devil looking for a flank here on Johanna. They got Stark there in the Chromie time trap. You know, put a little bit of damage on him, a little bit of damage onto Raynor, a little bit of damage onto Crafty Devil as well. Both teams trading back and forth here. Both teams have solid poke. But will they have the ability to finish anyone off later on? There's the time trap once again onto Rhaegar. The double Chromie Q coming out, stacking up 10 stacks already. And of course, Chromie gets her level 4 talent at level 2. I remember when Chromie only got her talent to 1 level in advance. 2 reworks ago. Anyways, there's the power slide forward onto Greyman once again. Veggies just gonna get burned down for part of their health again. Crafty Devil trying to just peel off the rest of the gillySharks. Top lane, they're just both kind of just chilling. Looks like Zergy Monster used his tap there. Now we're gonna see them positioning around the bot camp. Nope, they're just setting up the little hourglass on it to keep vision. There's a power slide onto Johanna. They're gonna throw some damage at her. She's gonna use her shield to eat it. And overall, just a lot of buttons being pressed right now. There's the Ming combo, unfortunately missing Frank as he walks slightly down the map as well as back. Now it's Stark's turn to back. Veggie's going to go ahead and tap 219 picked up now, so they're going to go ahead and start sending people for the Bruiser camp a little bit later than I personally prefer, but they're alright. They're going to go ahead and use the Raynor and the Rhaegar, which are both really good camp heroes on this Bruiser camp. No one started it yet for Sky5. They're picking for it now. They're going to use Greymane and Whitemane for that. Meanwhile, Chromie was in the top lane, just trying to help use that while Imperious backed, making sure Apple Mike gets to show up full, happy, and healthy into the first first Immortal phase. As the first Immortal spawns, gillySharks were already had 5 members that are ready to burn, and they're shredding through this thing already. That's the power of the Ming and the Exterminator. The Chromie, though, putting in work as well onto Ryokai there. But that's halftime already. We're 3:17 into this game already. Now, they're forced to just, like, poke them out here. Frank trying to do some burn, but is actually going to leave the lane, go top, clear out that camp, which is going to give them more time here to harass this Immortal with the Ming, with the Raynor, the Totem from Rhaegar helping zone out back here. Now they're able to step forward, and they're trying to burn it here. There's the stun, there's the power slide there onto Apple Mike's Imperious, but they're going to go ahead and secure the first Immortal, going over to gillySharks, able to get their first objective here. Now they're pushing forward. Look at all the little tiny ticks. It's a lot more ticks than I feel like it should be. Must be something with the Observer software that I'm using, where it's using the same ticks as the hero health bar instead of using the adjusted objective ones. But anyways, here's the first Immortal. It's going to go ahead and come bot. It's going to push forward. Of course, that means the bot was less pushed than the top lane. Of course, that camp doing quite a bit of work up there earlier. Well, not quite a bit. It did some work. See, you got some damage on the towers. There's the shields down, so of course now it's in melee form. They're pushing forward. They should try to focus on the well if they can here on the side of Gilly. If nothing else, they want to go ahead and push that out. Veggies once again power slid Frank, but no follow-up available. They are going to go ahead and secure a fort now on the side of gillyShark. Singular Shark. And this Immortal will fall one attack after hitting the tower. Just hit the tower and then leave. Now they're going to go ahead and back up here as level 7 talents get picked up for both teams. We're going to see the nice and lovely cleanse. course, everyone remembers the days when Cleanse was on every healer in the game. Rhaegar has yet to pick a level 4, let alone a 7. So, Frank, no one's up. There he goes. Frank can go ahead and pick Thick Skid, Quicksilver Bullets. Extra range, some physical armor. Just looks like he's building towards trying to be a little bit more survivable. Intercession, which of course is her version of Cleanse. 45 versus 60. Here and there. And of course, we're about to pick the Chromie ulti. Should be available right now, as the bottom camp is now cleared up by Sky5, but of course now they have to deal with the top camp. As they're pushing forward here, it's going to actually be rewind here on the Chromie, which kind of forces the Cleanse to be saved for that specifically. Veggie's eating a lot of tower damage here with that minus armor, not working out. There's going to be the rewind there onto the Ming Ming, but that's what the Cleanse is for, and that's why we take Cleanse, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Gillies have taken the first fort, which does give them that like 85% chance to win this game. But if they take the first keep, the game's just over. Like, keeps are basically cores now on this map. I will note that that's like a season and a half old, like HOTS season and a half old statistics. So it's not under the most recent tower changes.
There is no escaping my...
But either way, now we see once again gillyShark's ready to burn the second it comes out. There's the Cleanse there onto the Chromie, but they're followed up by the Thrall root afterwards. Now it's the big stun though, and the Immortal basically securing that kill onto Thrall. I know it says Chromie, but we all know that was the Immortal. Chromie got to go ahead and freeze herself in the time trap just to make sure she doesn't take anything there. Now it's going to be Gilly's turns to defend, try to push Frank off there. There's the rewind going out onto Ryokai. Chromie now in trouble though. Frill dropping low, but not going to die yet. Now it's Frank going to jump forward there onto the Raynor. And this fight's starting to split up a little bit. Go ahead and drop this for a second just so we can watch a little bit more of the map. Both teams standing around their own Immortal as Zergy Monster comes back in. Imperius trying to soak the lane there. Frank going to go ahead and try to burn there. We're going to go ahead and pull this back up so we can see the other ults get picked as their level 10 is secured now by Sky5. But gillyShark, it was secured at halftime. They're only ahead by about 600 damage, so they're still an advantage here. But there's the Blessed Shield, there's the Cleanse as well. The root coming out from Thrall, the jump forward on Imperius. Now he's going to try to steal it. The ETC is going to be kidnapped into the air. There's the Condemn coming out of Johanna. Here comes the Bloodlust and the Mosh Pit. They're going to kill Johanna. They're going to try to burn, and they're going to go ahead and kill Imperius, but it's going to cost ETC. White Man's the next to fall. Now they're trying to catch and kill the Grey Man or the Chromie here. Maybe they'll just... There's the rewind onto Ryokai's Raynor once again. The orb is unfortunately going to miss, and they're just going to go ahead and burn the Immortal here, and that is the power of Mosh and Bloodlust coming out here on the side of gillyShark. I was so excited I forgot to save that so we could watch it again. But regardless, we all saw that happen. You guys can clip it if you want to watch it again. Unfortunately, we don't get to use the handy dandy instant replay, so we can all watch it together. But now it's the two-man sun coming out of Imperius, but it's the Li Ming Wave of Force. I don't know why I forgot what that count was called. And it looks like gillyShark are going to go ahead and try to prioritize bottom once again and just let the Immortal push up there, but because they have to have someone up there defending, they know Sky5 doesnn't have Greymane here. They're just going to try to focus down this keep wall the best they can, knowing that keeps are basically cores on this game. They're going to go ahead and start to back off now. They go ahead and secure top 4 as well. Now they're going to position to go ahead and burn the bottom siege camp here on the side of gillyShark. Single Shark. There goes the Immortal. Also getting exactly one hit there onto the keep tower. That's the standard value of gillyShark's Immortal. I don't know why I'm just like blanking randomly. Veggie's looking for a potential turnaround here. They have 8 seconds left on the Mosh Pit, as the Bruiser camp is going to go ahead and be secured by Sky5. Now it looks like gillyShark is sniffing blood in the water here. Specifically, Apple Mike's Blood. They're looking for the flank here onto the off lane. He looks for the dismount, but only gets it onto the DPS. There's the power slide into the root, and that's just an Imperius is gone. Someone put his face on a milk jug. He is missing. There's the cleanse, and the Blessed Shield was used on the Chromie Rewind. That was just cleansed away. Double value on the cleanse. Now, gillyShark is just going to be able to secure the top siege camp now. Sky5 maybe looking to send Frank down bot here. Maybe try to burn some of this. Nope, just going to pick up some XP orbs and walk away. Guess his boots were made for walking. Now gillyShark's going to go ahead and clean up the bruiser camp picked up, and they're going to go ahead and secure their own, which is going to come out 10 seconds before the objective spawns. I think it's going to get like here as the objective spawns. Nope, I was wrong. It's not going to quite get that far. Here? Here, yep. Alright. Again, gillyShark's once again on top of this immortal timing. As soon as it spawns, they already have 5 members of their team there, and they instantly burn like a quarter of it before you have time to react if you're not there already. These immortal fights need to happen at like 2 seconds until immortal spawns if Sky5 want to not lose almost half their immortal in the first 10 seconds of the immortal phase. Both teams just positioning around their own immortal, looking for the right setup. gillyShark's looking to move forward. There's going to be the hourglass onto ETC, stop him for a little bit. There's the jump forward on Pierce though, but he doesn't have anything. There's the Chromie though. She has the, I think she has enough time on that time stop, but it's going to be interrupted by Condemn. That was a wasted motion. There's going to be the kidnap onto Li Ming. The Blessed Shield going out onto 3 as well. The run forward there on the power slide. He's trying to get frilled there on the Chromie. They're going to go ahead and drop Chromie, but Li Ming died as well. Ryokai trying to run back now. Frank is trying to chase him down as well as Apple Mike. He's down to 160 health. He teams up with his team. Now he's going to turn around. There's the jump forward on Pierce and the Greymane. But the power slide by the ETC interrupting that. Now they're turning her around. Zerg Monster and Stark looking to try to burn someone here. Crafty Devil getting down to 350 health, but is unable to die as well. There's the power slide forward onto Imperius, followed by the root once again. And they're going to go ahead and finally secure Imperius. 2-for-1 trade in favor of Gilly is going to let them set up to go ahead and burn the Immortal. And they will get their 3rd Immortal in a row for the side of gillyShark. And this game is starting to smell a lot like a Game 3. As Veggies here. They're a little bit slower because they're not hitting it with the ETC. Or the Raynor. Now they will go ahead and finish it. Giving their Stark and Chest Looter down here a little bit more time to go ahead and pick that up. Some of the bot lane was cleaned up here by Sky5. And they're doing it again. gillyShark is just going to go ahead and sit in the bot lane. Sorry. You guys are funny in chat. Anyways, gillyShark once again going to go ahead and stay in the bot lane here. They're going to leave, Sky5 is going to leave Greymane in the top lane to defend the Immortal by himself as they try to use this camp and the one catapult here to secure bottom keep. 1 tower gone. I think they're going to get, they're at least getting the whole wall. There's the Bloodlust coming out now as well as the Earthquake. They're diving underneath the tower. Ryokai taking it. Now it's going to be Zergy Monster. There's the kidnap onto ETC to make sure he's not taking it. Johan's going to be the first to fall. Zergy Monster getting low, but he's going to start healing up as well with the help of Rhaegar plus his own passive. There's going to be the throw first on the Wolf. There's the power slide and the mosh pit onto Imperius now. They're going to go ahead and burn him down as well. And this smells like a game. They look like they're going to get it here. Frank is still trying to work on this Immortal. It's not quite going to get the keep here. But we'll go ahead and drop the talents here as we can watch them burn the core. They're trying for it. They're trying to get Stark getting low. He's going to go ahead and get deleted here by the Greymane. There's going to be the run forward. He's going to get another 2 kills here. They're trying to do this. They're trying to get it 48.5% left, but they only have 2 members left. It's a 2v3. The Chromie, or Ming's trying to blink around, dodge the Chromie. She's going to drop down now as well. Ryokai's getting low onto the Raynor. He's trying to back up, but there's the Chromie Wuran. He's going to go ahead and get to lead before he even gets down. They're down to 22% left on core. Oh, gillySharks twice now in both games have gotten the enemy core low, but have been unable to secure it, as they just seem to commit it to it a hair too soon. They did get top fort keep down to 56-19. That's going to give them time to breathe on the side of Sky5. And they're going to go ahead and take Siege Camp on top lane. Siege Camp on bottom doesn't spawn for another minute. gillySharks are going to go ahead and gillyShark, singular shark, they're one unit. Going to try to take their bruiser camp, but now it's going to be invaded here by Sky5. Chroma here in the bot lane. Push forward, Ming trying to orb and poke down a little bit here. But they're just going to go ahead and hand that camp over to Sky5. As we're on the race to 20, gillyShark have yet to lose an objective. During the next objective here, they legitimately could just run at the enemy core and blow it down. I feel like they have, with the Raynor, Ming, and Thrall, they have more than enough damage to do that if they want to try to go for it. But it looks like they're going to go ahead and try to burn a keep instead. But it's being predicted now by the side of Sky5 as they're trying to burn a little bit of the Immortal, but they know they had to stay close enough there to save the keep. There's the Blessed Shield down, but the keep is already gone. There's the ultimate out of Mosh Pit, as well as Earthquake was used. There goes the Rhaegar, the rewind there onto Thrall. He's going to take quite a bit of damage. There's the Unstoppable onto Chroma, she's going to die in the end as well. Now it's going to be the power slide forward. They're trying to peel back here on the side of gillyShark. They're getting low on the side of Veggie, Ryukai, the ETC, and Raynor dropping down 100, and ETC's gone. Ugh. Now they're just trying to burn. They have quite a bit, like, they have all their burn heroes except for, like, Rhaegar left on the side of Gilly. They still have a chance just to win this objective. And, of course, Flawless being up in 50, they may even have a chance just to backdoor when the enemy team picks up the Immortal.
Our battle cannot remain here.
Oh. Go ahead and drink some fluids there. Gilly gonna go ahead and try to pick up the bottom camp there, which is gonna of course push core. Which, if the Immortal does in fact go over to the side of Sky5, it will push top lane as it is least pushed lane for them, and that would really open up the potential backdoor in bot lane, which is what they look like they're positioning for. They don't have ETC, and he's not stage dive, but they could be looking for it. The Immortal is going to be secured now for the side of Sky5. Here comes the ETC. He's wrapping around bot lane. They're trying their best to stay out of vision. And now, they don't smell it here on the side of Sky5. They don't know it's coming. They're not predicting it. They're waiting around. They're a little bit behind, but they haven't seen them yet, so they're not willing to fully step out. And now the Hourglass moves. The Hourglass move. I don't think they saw them in the Hourglass. Maybe they did see them in the Hourglass. Alright, they're going to go ahead and back now on the side of gillyShark. They understand that they were sniffed out here. Alright, Rhaegar's going to interrupt his back as well to make sure he doesn't leave and no one else gets to leave from his team. There goes the top fort now. They're going to go ahead and they're mounted up. They can go defend. I don't even know if they lose keep here if they don't defend. Like, they honestly could just have stayed down there, potentially. But there's no reason to force the fight, as now level 20's picked up and secured by Sky5. I can move those over a little bit. Anyways.
Thus ends my assault on hell.
Now they're going to go ahead and they killed the Immortal. Now they also have Execute, which is going to increase their burn speed on this core by like 45% because they get 20% attack damage. They get 20% attack speed and 25% bonus damage against things below 50. That includes the core. Stark showing that they're here in the bot lane a little bit. Double Hourglass setup so that once again they see the ETC. There's the double Hourglass. They're going to catch them, but they're just going to back off once again. They can just keep doing this. Like, go around, go around, go around. This forces Sky5 to not be able to go much of anywhere, as Gilly will go ahead and pick up their bruiser camp now. Just going to keep top lane pushed out. And there goes the bruiser camp. Now they're going to go walking towards bot. Ooh, this bruiser camp's up. We're going to see a fight potentially for this camp. Of course, it is going to be Radiating Faith, Brand, Scarlet Crusade, Unleashed, Piercing Sand. Deathwatch picked up there for ETC. Earth and Shields. We're going to go ahead and drop this for the rest of the game. Wait, does anyone have any quests left? Subdue's left, but we'll see Subdue. It's just throw 16. Alright. Making sure there wasn't like any infinite stacking quests or anything that we're gonna miss out on if I drop that down. gillySharks looks like they're gonna head for bot, maybe look for a Chromie kill here. They're going for core. They're going for core. And Chromie gets the dismount to Thrall. They're gonna get the rewind onto the Raynor here, but there goes they go. There's the there goes they go. There's the Earthquake pop. The other shield's coming out there as well. The Rhaegar, they're trying to burn it. The Raynor is somewhere in this mixture now. He got out, but the gillySharks are gonna go ahead and burn down the core using that Bloodlust. Go ahead and take a peek. At the stats. So the stats aren't as crazy high as game 1 was, but this one did go for 20, almost 21 minutes. Chromie can place 3 wards because she can place 3 time trips. Took a look at the talents because of this. Maximum active time trips to 3. But anyways, 46, 46. So overall, pretty close game. Statistically speaking, like this stat page would tell you it's kind of a close game, but it never felt like a close game. It always just felt like gillySharks came out the gate swinging and just held onto the lead, and we got to see first fort wins the game. First fort, first keep. Win BOE. Sorry. All right. So, now we're going to game 3. Now Sky5 have the option of getting to take first pick if they want, or they can continue picking the maps. Imagine they'll take first pick, which means we're going to go over to gillyShark's map pick. So let's take a look at their map preferences. They like BOE, even though this is only their second win on it this season out of 3. They also like Infernal Shrines, and they've been doing well on it. They also like Volskaya. So, out of that, kind of like their maps that they're going to go for. So I imagine we're going to go to Infernal Shrines. I'm going to guess Infernal Shrines once again. And going to Infernal Shrines is going to be... Everyone plays Infernal Shrine. Everyone knows how to play Infernal Shrines. It's generally usually the most popular map in all of NGS. From across every division. Like, sometimes they're like, oh, Division C East did not like Infernal Shrines, but every other division did. So, sometimes you get little things like that, but overall, for the most part, Infernal Shrines is just the most popular game. And I'm wrong again. It looks like map pick was actually chosen by Sky5. They opted to have map pick, and that gave first hero pick over to gillyShark. So that's staying consistent for all 3 games. All 3 games, the map was picked by Sky5, and first pick went over to gillyShark. We're going to Volskaya Foundry, which is a point control map. You have to be able to stand on the point for quite a long time. I'm sorry that the screen bounces sometimes. Keep rotating my chair, and I keep bumping the desk. I will move that armrest back, so we're less likely to do that. But we're going to Volskaya Foundry. I'm a little disappointed no one's playing the buff TLV yet. TLV is really strong. Holy cow. Their teamfight damage is up there right now in the late game. But we're going to Volskaya. See how these teams do on Volskaya. 1-1 on Volskaya for gillyShark, and Sky5 are 2-0. Of course, Sky5 have only... Actually, them losing BOE is their 3rd map lost of the entire season. So they've been having a very good season. I don't know if they've lost... No, so Sky5 have not dropped a series, they just dropped 2 maps in 2 different series, so this is just the 3rd one. Excuse me. It's just a lot of talking sometimes. So, Volskaya I already said was a point control that the teams are both pretty solid on it. We've seen the macro advantage seems to go over to gillyShark, so I expect them to be on top of the turret camp right at a minute. I expect them to potentially rush a health camp right before the first objective. We're going to have good siege camp timings, and that all factors in to this map quite a bit. Because we're about to actually start the draft, so my opinions don't matter anymore in a couple seconds, like right now. So, Game 3 of Sky5 versus gillyShark. Welcome to a best of 1 with a 2-game scrim preluding it. We are left. Oh, I don't care if they swap sides. We're just gonna go ahead and press this button, magical button, and automatically swaps them. Ba-boom. Now it's gonna be gillySharks on the left and Sky5 on the right. Looks like we're actually gonna go ahead and remake the whole lobby. Oop. So you get to look at me a little bit more. As the teams swap back, I'll go ahead and swap my overlay back as well. Oop. So Sky5 will be on the left, gillyShark will be on the right. TOV in the soul lane. TOV in the soul lane? Yeah, why not? TOV in the soul lane during the first objective, they could do 2 bot, 1 top. Second objective, 1 mid, 2 bot. And then third objective on, just start fighting and beating people up because they will have scaled. And they scale crazy well. Like, crazy well right now. You go the 13% damage, then you go Executioner at 16, and you just walk in and just like absolutely just murder people. Gilly has a TLV player, but they're not playing right now. Well then, can I put in a request? Maybe they have more than one. I mean, I didn't play TLV that often, and this recent buff to them, I play them like 4 times this week. I like TLV right now. They're fun, especially like Bloodlust. Oh, Bloodlust is so nice with them. Or you can play for like level 20 Divine Shield Uther and just D-shield all 3 and like have fun. 4 seconds that that TLV can just run around auto-attacking things for free. These shred tanks. Like I was killing like Stitches in like under 3 seconds. Stupid. Can we be on top this time? Anyways, we're about to enter into this once again. And I am excited. This has just been an exciting series so far. I've enjoyed it. I know some of you have enjoyed it. I hope you've all enjoyed it. And I'm expecting... I guess the real question is, are we going to see the same 4 intro bands that we've seen both games so far? So Ana, Deckard, and then the Sam and Zool. We very well could. Are they waiting for me? Did I tell them I'm ready? I'm just going to say I'm ready. Oh, it doesn't matter. It looks like we're entering into the draft. Here, the lobby broke. Nope. Alright, there's the draft. Welcome to Volskaya Foundry, everyone. It's a map that has Nova on the loading art. Every other map. Just on some of them, she's in stealth mode. So, gillyShark on the right, they will have first pick. The map was picked by Sky5. So here's the Ana ban once again, right? Or are they going to adjust into game 3? Oh. What happened this time? Oh. What? Oh, because they were swapped, and I had just figured they were on the same team. I am wrong, ladies and gentlemen. It is, in fact, it was first pick option for Sky5 and map pick of Volskaya Foundry by gillyShark. I've been lying to you this whole time. That's why we had to remake the lobby a 3rd time. Well, not remake the whole lobby, just have someone DC, and then they have to rejoin, and they adjust the settings. But I don't know, I'm in heaven this time. You just get to hang out more. Who doesn't like hanging out, right? Friends, hots, nice food and drink. You know, go get yourself a burger. Burger, I could go for a burger, right? Maybe someday for a Castle or my burger, sure. Alright, so third time's the charm, they say. I'm ready. They're ready this time. I hope you're ready. Because we're entering into Game 3. Game 3 of Sky5 versus gillyShark. Volskaya Foundry. Yeah, it says Volskaya Foundry, but she says Volskaya Industries. Alright, so we have the team names on the right side. We have the teams on the right side. We're going to have first pick on the correct side this time. And let's go ahead and see the same first 4 bands again. Either team prioritizing Tracer. Alright, so maybe they are going to... I don't know what's going on in that chat. My bow tie can't get enough of you, Mega Muffin. So it's going to be the Sam band again. And then, let's see, the Ana band. It's going to be the Kerosene band. So they don't want Sky5 to be able to set up that same kind of like instant burst with the 7-sided / 11-sided strike. Sky5 on the other side are going to go ahead and ban out Zool. So Sky5 saying we think these are the biggest issues. We don't think anything last game was a major problem that we can't adjust and beat this time around. I think you guys just played the map better, I guess is what they're saying. There's going to be the Johanna ban out by gillyShark. It looks like gillyShark is just setting up for the Rhaegar once again. There's going to be the Ming. Ming being prioritized as basically the first pick now in this series. She was first pick in game 2, and she was like second pick in game 1, so... Sky5 getting hurt twice, gillyShark getting once. Li Ming with a 100% win rate so far this series. As we go ahead and look for gillyShark's first 2 picks here, I imagine will be ETC and a healer. Rhaegar, right? No, they're going to take away the Ana. gillyShark's going for the Ana ETC. Sky5 could look for the Rhaegar themselves now. They could also go for their Deckard, which has been banned out so far this series as well. They're going to go ahead. Pick up the Deckard and the Raynor this time. Raynor also has a 100% win rate this series? Yeah, because he was only in game 2. Yes, Secret. They did take 11-side strike in game 1. It was fun. His last 2 strikes were usually him meditating in the middle of a circle. There's going to be the Deathwing ban now by gillyShark. Interesting. They just don't... I think they just don't like Deathwing. They've banned it 4 times now this season, which I guess isn't that much, but it is their 3rd most common ban overall. Samuro... I guess... Maybe it's not that they don't play Samuros off to Division A, it's just banned more frequently in Division A, because it was already banned 7 times before the start of the season. Anyways, there's going to be the Mephisto ban against gillyShark, which is really strong with Ana. A lot of people have been playing him. I like the ban, because then I don't have to cast him. And I don't like to cast Mephisto, because I like playing Mephisto, and I just get jealous. So, now... we're going to see the Sylvanas picked up for gillyShark, as well as... I would like to see the Greymane here, I think. They're going to actually take an earlier Imperious pick. So they're hiding Stark picks there in the back. And Chess Looter is going from DPS to the off lane, and Stark is going to go from the healer to DPS, and Zergy Monster went from off lane back to healer. So gillyShark here, just flexing their roles around a little bit. And we're gonna have the Sonya Garrosh picked up here for Sky5. Garrosh, pretty solid all around, honestly. He's a good pick-off tank. He can be kind of beefy. He can survive on the point a little while. He's got his W that heals him. Can't remember the exact percent. I don't think it's 20. I know Stitches is 20, but I feel like Garrosh is less. Maybe it is also 20. And then, of course, Sonya with her spin to win. This could pose quite a few issues for teams sometimes if you don't have the right interrupts. This could be the Tassadar pick up there at the end of the line for gillyShark. Tassadar has not been picked or banned so far this series outside of this last pick of Game 3. Neither teams have shown a huge prioritization on him over the season. Tassadar being played by gillyShark twice previously and 0 times actually by Sky5. As we enter into Game 3 of Sky5 versus gillyShark, it's now effectively a 2-game series followed by a best of 1. On the side of Sky5, we have Frill on Li Ming, Frank Jukes on Raynor, Apple Mike on Sonya, Crafty Devil on Garrosh, and Alan by default on the Deckard. And on the side of gillyShark, leading the team, we have Stark on the Tassadar, Zergy Monster on Ana, Ryokai playing Sylvanas, Veggies on ECC, and Chest Looter piloting Imperius. Are you ready to rumble? One.
Combat preparations.
And throw this out real quick. We'll just do a little bit shorter of a poll. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, give you guys time to vote now a little bit. Ace in the hole picked up by Raynor. Looks like it's going to be Might of the Banshee Queen out of Sylvanas. The Force Armor, which has been picked every single game so far. For Li Ming, but of course she has a 100% win rate, so guess no one can really complain about that. It's actually going to be Q build, and Imperius coming out, block on the Sonya, Warbreaker, and Field Study, which hints that he's going to end up taking Ruby here on the Deckard. So I'll look for those Ruby picks up. The Q quest picked up at level 1 for Tassadar. That's an alright talent. Both teams are going to go ahead and look at this early wave clear here in the mid. Sonya already sitting down here in the bot lane. Now Tassadar is going to start his rotations. Veggies is going to make sure they steal away that globe in mid lane. 4 potions, 2 potions now in mid lane. Well, 2 potions again. 10-1 gets picked up, 1 goes down. That's how you play Deckard. Not really. I don't know what I'm saying. Now you have the fortification camp, as we said earlier. I think when we started into game 2. Well, the second time we went into the draft lobby for game 3, I talked about how I expected gillyShark to be on top of these camp timings. Right now, Sky5 is winning the vote. 100% of you guys think Sky5 end up clutching this in game 3. But you never know. Momentum is a big thing, and momentum right now is in favor of gillyShark. One singular shark. And pull this back up now as teams are approaching level 4. Fortification camp picked up for both teams right now. Ryokai already wanted to burn the support camp, as we predicted that they would try to sneak one in for the first objective, and they are doing so. They're actually going to go ahead and rotate Imperius. Oh yeah, Sonya's not here, so it is a 5v4 in favor of gillyShark. There's a 2-man queue coming out of Imperius. There's the force wall to zone them out. They're going to go ahead and drop their turret to secure the heal camp, trading one item for the other. Now Apple Mike is up here as well, and a little bit of XP missed, but is it worth it? We'll have to wait and see. Ruby picked up now for the Deckard. This turret is at least getting value of also dismounting on these rotations for right now. Indomitable Mercenary Queen pressed forward, picked up on Imperius. Defibrillating Dart on Ana. Plasma Shield, that's my preferred talent on Tassadar. I think that's like one of the few talents that I feel legitimately saying, honestly saying, like, it is the best talent at that tier. Like, you should definitely be going that talent and that's the plasma shield at 4, and the other one is the 16 W talent. As it just does more damage generally than the percentage does. Both teams just kind of rotating around, getting this XP where they can. Just kind of playing around, waiting for this first objective. Siege camp picked up by both teams now. Slightly faster by gillyShark, and they're even going to clear a wave here. With the Merqueen and the Sylvanas, I can see them giving at least the early push over, or early channel over to the side of Sky5, and as an option to try to push down top as much as they can. When they run out of that Sylvanas passive, they go ahead and move out of there. Apple might going to go ahead on to the Sylvanas, but it's going to get slept there by the Ana in actually very quick succession. Well played by Zergy Monster there. Top lane, we still have Stark. Bottom lane, we still have Chaos Looter. They go ahead and pick up level 7, and this is where they're going to start to push forward, I imagine, here on the side of gillyShark. They're going to go ahead and do that as level 7 also picked up now for Sky5. Stark getting a big Q there onto 2. They're going to be the push forward. The power slide is not going to hit anyone. There's going to be the throw on Veggies. But Apple Mike there in the back. He does have the defibrillating dart on him, so he's not doing as much damage as he would like. Veggie is going to go ahead and get out there with a little bit over half health. They can just give this channel over for a little bit and try to delay it a tiny bit here on the side of Sky5. There's going to be the Indomitable pop there to try to get Imperius. We're going to go ahead and toss him out, but Garrosh is still going to fall. The healing camp is getting value here for gillyShark. The spin to win, not quite securing anything. There's going to be a 3-man Q, though, coming out of Imperius. They're trying to get the power slide in on him. There's a 2 quick man, 3, 4 down. Are they going to secure Frank as well? No, they're only going to get 3 more kills for gillyShark. There was a big set of mini potions here. Now they're also going to go ahead and steal away the fortification camp from the side of Sky5. Let's go ahead and take a look at as much of that as we can. Give it a second update. So you see the spin to win there. You see that, and then you see the big 3-man Imperius Q, the power slide that lands onto 2 before he gets interrupted. Then they go ahead and get the kill onto that. Go ahead and you see the game here. They just started harassing each other once again. 56%, 60% picked up now for gillyShark. Throw onto Imperius once again, but he got so close to Frill there on the Ming that they weren't able to do a whole lot of damage. There's the power slide into the Imperius Q. They go ahead and delete the Raynor now. They also dropped the turret that they stole away. Apple Mike getting low. He's going to have to whirlwind away. Going to get one little pot there from Deckard. The sleeping Garrosh not going to be hit down. Imperius going to go ahead and jump into the Protector. So he's not going to go off to the side lane. And they're also going to throw in Zergy Monster there. Looks like Stark's going to go ahead and go soak against the Sonya this turn. Going to shoot Apple Mike a little bit on his rotation. Keep him dismounted. They got the top tower of the wall already. They're going to go ahead and secure that last tower. And then, of course, focus down top well, setting themselves up for the second objective. Which is everyone's favorite objective on this map, I'm sure. Actually, it's not... Like, the conveyor on this objective is not as tilting compared to like this conveyor belt. This can be pretty obnoxious at times. Gresh was looking for the throw there onto Ryokai, but Ryokai of course just haunting waves away in time, so no big issue. There's the wall coming out to Tassadar. The power slide forward, gonna go ahead and secure the Raynor kill there rather quickly. And a lot's happening in a minute, looking at that replay delay. As they go ahead and secure mid fort as well. The Archon being popped from Tassadar, 2-man Q coming out. The power slide, unfortunately, not going to land anything. The Tassadar going to get himself rooted by throwing a Q just a little bit before he could have safely done so. But doesn't die. Now they're going to go ahead and pick up their own fortification camp here on the side of gillyShark. Sky5 keeping an eye on the support camp. Going to go ahead and try to start to burn that. They are level 10, but 2 ultimates are down on the side of gillyShark. They're going to go ahead and leash that camp as well. They did so while I was thinking of the team name. And they're going to go ahead and start it once again, but Veggies, of course, is going to see that. So we can see them doing the support camp. We can see them down here laning. Imperius is actually going to rotate down, so they're just handing over the support camp here. They knew they were on them. They go ahead and hand it over. Their focus right now is just XP, XP, XP. Looks like Sky5 are going to look for their fortification camp now and make sure that's not stolen away once again, as well as sending Sonya up here to the top lane. They're using Stark to bait a little bit, but with Ryokai showing, Applebike's not going to commit to that. There was the siege camp picked up by Ana. I think they finished it earlier, they just didn't cap it right away. They weren't timing it with a wave, so I'm not sure why, if they were waiting on it. But Hammer On picked up there by ETC. It's a fun little talent. I think he's got a 16 talent where he has life steal on his autos. So that could be a fun little pairing there. A little extra life steal damage. As Imperius continues in on this Q build. Soul, Remorseless. Leap. Ooh, you do have Leap. Should have paid a little bit more attention to that. I'm excited for Leap. Leap. Sleep. Everyone goes bye-bye. Frill looking from the side there, as the top 4 is also secured now by the side of gillyShark. 2 forts down, 850 into this game. Frill looking for the flank here, but really right now it's Apple Mike trying his best to even out the siege damage. He's looking potentially push down the fort, as there's an Imperious stun onto Li Ming, and it almost cost her her entire life. He's able to wave a force the Imperious away and blink in time to get out. How much can Apple Mike do here? And are they going to rotate down on him? As gillySharks look for that mid lane, Veggies looking to potentially get a pick off here. They got over half of this down here, but how much more? Chest looter down here now. Gonna go ahead and clean that up. Veggies and in his post, they were searching down there to see if he was just backing somewhere lazily. Go ahead and pick up their own fortification camp now on the side of gillyShark. This is quite a bit away. I don't like Crafty Devil's position. He needs to get into like a bush push. But how many safe rotations versus non-safe rotations are we going to get here? 1 safe rotation. 1, 2, 3 unsafe. 4 unsafe. There's the big taunt coming out into 3. But Crafty Devil eating quite a bit of damage. There's the Savannah's Silence coming out. There's the Mosh Pit zoning. But it's the leap back onto the Ana that's becoming an issue now. Zergy Monster down to 200 health. He's going to end up falling. There's the Laming Reset's going to secure the Imperius as well. Now they're going to go ahead and back off. And that is a 3-for-0 trade in favor of Sky5. Go ahead and see how that fight played out as they start to channel this objective. There's the healing camp. They'll leap into the back low. Unfortunately, not able to secure the Mosh onto anyone, so he's just going to end up falling. They didn't quite have the peel. They tried to force wall the enemy team away, but were unable to do so. As you can see right now, we have gillySharks invading the fortification camp. They zone out. They trade actually a turn for the turn. Even had another turn here as well, so just creating a wall of turns here for gillyShark. Apple Mike getting kind of low here actually on this chase of Ryokai. And now you have 4v2 down here. Does he have the wailing? He's going to go ahead and drop the turn, but it's going to be the Decker root that secures that. Apple Mike going to be able to whirlwind on top of the Task Star, and with the Laming Reset, they got another 2 kills down there. And that basically smells like this first or second objective will go over to Sky5. It is Glass Cannon on the Li Ming, so she's a little bit squishy, but she's not in too much danger unless she gets like Wailing Arrowed and the Task Q like simultaneously just to delete her. But that's going to be support camp picked up, then they're going to go ahead and move up here and recap that and finish the objective as gillyShark go ahead and take their siege camp. Meanwhile, Apple Mike was able to secure the bottom fort. 16's picked up by both teams. I was going to say even though they were down kills, but the difference in kills is literally 1. Bigger potions picked up earlier. But now we have Hydronic Staff. So now the Deckard going to look for the stuns there onto anyone who dives in. He's going to be able to break the Imperious Q. He's going to be able to stop the Mosh if he's able to just auto-attack ETC in time. And that's going to be a Mosh onto Li Ming there into the back, but here's going to be the sleep as well as the Protector knockback there onto the ETC. They're going to burn down the Protector, and here comes Apple Mike from the side. There's the Insufferable. There's the leap onto 2, the power slide forward, the 2. They're throwing all the CC out right now. There's the Deckard root, the Mosh pit, or power slide forward. Veggie's looking in trouble. Veggie's going to die. The Wailing Arrow almost finishing off Li Ming, dropping her down to like 58 health. as both teams back off now. And Sky5 starting their comeback, it seems. You don't really want to call it a comeback. Commander, to answer your question, it is a micro that creates a save file of a short replay using replay buffer. So it records like 15, I think I have it set to 25, so it just saves like the last 25 seconds on a continuous roll, and then I compress it to create a save file of the most recent like batch, and it always overwrites the old ones. And then it's a macro tied with a micro tied with a macro, as Apple Mike is going to be forced to leap out of there. And then yeah, I just show a picture-in-picture with two different sources. I think this is like the 4th or 5th game I've had it set up for. Getting more used to it, been adjusting some settings on it. But leap is down for 35 seconds now. Both teams just kind of on that race to 20, trying to get as close as they can by the 3rd objective, if not secure it by the 3rd objective. While being careful to look for a pickoff while not getting picked off to speed up that race. Chest Looter walking into the Garrosh. The Garrosh is going to miss the taunt, unfortunately, but On's going to miss the sleep dart. Both teams are going to now disengage, and that's going to be a 50-second cooldown on the taunt that they're going to have to wait for now on the side of Sky5 to make their life a little bit more difficult, but not insurmountable. Sky5 a little bit ahead now on the race to 20. Leeming combo just barely missing Ryukai across the wall there. Crafty Devil looking for a potential flank. They're going to go ahead and try to clear out the camp here, keeping Chest Looter down here, keep vision. Now they're going to go ahead and try to burn the support camp here on the side of Sky5. This is going to be potentially the fight. No, I think they were too late. Nope, they might be able to do it. They're going to go ahead and pick that up. There's going to be the force wall for the disengage. And we have a force use, but of course that's not too long cooldown, just 30 seconds, even post-nerf. Post-nerf. As the siege camp now will be picked up in the top lane. Gotta hand to gillyShark, they're very good at their camp timings. The only time we saw them struggle was when they were really far behind in game 1. They weren't picking up their siege camp towards the last couple of objectives because they were trying to set up for the objective so they could win fights and just try to secure that objective, and they finally did. But they lost a keep to the enemy camps. As we're going to see, they might, with the Sylvanas, with the Merc Queen, with the Merc camp, they might opt just to push and try to secure top keep, and then play for like 20 here. They could go around, which could be a little risky because they don't know how many members of Sky5 are in the bot lane there. There's Apple Mike on the side, but they haven't had vision yet on him. There's the Sylvanas going to go ahead and turn off. That's 5 members now here for Sky5. And there's the Hyperion out a little early. Not going to actually do anything to the enemy here. It's just going to help wave clear a little bit. And that's a huge ultimate cooldown that's just popped already. And now level 20 is going to be picked up simultaneously now by Sky5 and gillySharks. And now there's also going to be a camp invade coming out of Sky5, but they have veggies in the backline there. They're going to have to hand over this turn, unfortunately, because their tank was slightly behind on that rotation, making sure that everyone else got out safely. Can't blame him for that. That's what you want in your tank. But we are going to see the Twilight Archon, the Bolts of the Storm, Nano Infusion, Death Metal, Brand of Solian, Repulsion, execute our Crater from Sonya. We're going to see the Crater from Sonya. The double throw and bottomless flask coming out of the Deckard. So they could go something crazy here where they like repulsion someone into their team, like a Stitches hook style, and then throw them and then crater them underneath like right here, and then just watch them die and I don't know, B-step or something. As both teams are posturing up here, 67 to 52, as the channel continues to take over in favor of Gillies. Go ahead and drop this down. I know we still have the Tastar queue going, but we'll pull that back up after the fight. I just want to make sure we see as much of this action as we can, because this could be the game-deciding fight. There's going to be the Indomitable Pass, but there's going to be the Power Slide for the Sonya there in the backline is going to get burned down by the Archon. Now they're moving forward here on the side of Gilly's. Veggie's going to move back. He was able to peel the backline 2 turns against 1 right here. There's a taunt onto Imperius, but the damage here going into the backline, Ana getting out with 80 health, but it's going to be the Ming that falls down to the Imperius. Veggie's moving forward. He knows he has that death march, so he's not scared to die. Garrosh and Rain are going to fall down now as well. The Ana just going to heal herself back up. I would like to see the Archon maintained here as they push forward. Like, it'd give them a really good sieging tool. And I think they're going to make their way. Are they going to try to push the bot lane in all the way? Or are they going to... Alright, looks like they are going to move towards mid lane here. They got that Archon. He unfortunately can't mount on Archon. They don't have anyone on the train. And even if they did, it'd be against the rules for them to use the train to mount the Archon. And as well as they fix that bug anyways. So the Archon is going to be maintained. He does get mid lane here. It was easier to maintain the Archon with the old form because you could stack it up higher than its initial cast duration. Now you can't. But they do have the Archon, they do have the Protector. They just need to burn that last tower. There they go. Now the question is, it looks like they're going to go for a double key play here. There's going to be the Crater, though, onto the Ana. But they go ahead and sleep her. There's the shield from the Protector as well. The Archon, the Nano Infusion. They're trying to burn Apple Mike, and they will go ahead and kill the Sonya, who is unable to kill the Ana. If Ana was just a little bit more forward to where she was underneath that keep, that would have been a much stronger play, but unfortunately it wasn't. The big potions keeping Frilla alive there after taking quite a bit of damage from the Tassadar. Now the Ana is there as well. There's the Sleep Dart onto the Garrosh. They're trying to burn this down. They sleep, not quite getting off. I think the sleep was actually interrupted by the Protector dying. There's the Indomitable. Now into Imperius. The Li Ming's going to die now as well. The Archon's still going, by the way. There's the Force Wall out as well. The core mechanics keep pushing ETC and Garrosh back. There's going to be the sleep now from Andy by default, or Alan by default, as the core is going to go ahead and kill that off. Rainer leaving the game a little bit early, as that is now a 2-1 victory, and Sky5 loses their first series of the season and doubles their map losses so far. Go ahead and take a look at these stats. We can see Tassadar putting in work there, 200,000 siege damage without ever getting into a Protector. We have, of course, the hero damage coming out from him as well, the self-healing. He wasn't quite as high as Sonya, but that's okay. He does top the XP chart, 7-12 in kills in favor of Gillies at the end. We'll go ahead and move over and see if we can't. Those are on chat. Clear off these messages, make sure nothing's going on there. Go ahead and move here. And you here. Alright. Ping for a member of Gilly. Shoot, wait. I think I pinged the wrong team there. I'm just going to do it this way. We'll delete that message to help remove spoilers in a couple of minutes. That was an exciting series overall, though. I enjoyed it. They're probably having their post-game debrief real quick. A lot of teams do that, where they just discuss that. They are on their way, though. Hello there, veggies.
Hey, Majesty. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm feeling good.
I bet you are. That was an exciting series you guys gave us with the reverse sweep there, taking the first team to take a series away from Sky5 so far this season.
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah, and you doubled their map losses. So,
yeah, I mean, we were looking forward to it, and so I'm glad we met expectations and we performed like how we wanted to perform. So
that's good. So in game one, they took you guys to Ultra Pass. Were you guys expecting that map pick of them?
I mean, we knew it was a possibility. I wouldn't say we expected it particularly, but they have pretty set preferences on maps they dislike, and the rest they seem pretty open to playing. So we knew it was a thing. I mean, also Alterac just seems to be a pretty like unpopular pick in general in NGS.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Yeah, I've seen that even in seasons past. Ultrak Pass has never risen in popularity. But for some reason, people won't put in Warhead Junction over it for the map pool.
Cowards.
I know, right? Give us a map where you can draft 3 solo laners, no tank, no healer. Come on.
Exactly. Give Murky a chance to shine, please.
TLV, like we were rooting for TLV this series even. They just buffed
Yeah,
him.
I mean we have a TLV player, but sadly was not around because that would have been perfect for Alterac.
Yeah. Um. So, game 1 was
Mhm.
mostly in the favor of Sky5. There's a couple moments where you guys came back. There's a big one at like level 24. You guys took a keep, and then instead of going for a second keep, you guys went straight for the core.
Yeah.
And then you got team wiped.
Yeah.
But then it didn't look like they were gonna push it.
Yeah.
And that must have been heartbreaking, where you guys just were barely responding when the core ended.
We were hoping, but we kind of all knew when we wiped. We were like, to us in comm, we were like, this is our chance. This is our like one shot to get it done. And honestly, it just kind of proves the rule. It is so hard. Just get 2 keeps. Honestly, I think if we had waited and got the second keep from top, we would have had a much better chance of actually ending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But then you guys go into game 2. You lose game 1. You opt for map first pick again, and then you go to game 2, and they take you out of BOE, which I think actually was it's your guys' most favorite map.
Yeah,
Even
we have
though-
a very clear set of plans for that map. We really enjoyed BOE.
You know, tonight was only your second win on it. Yeah, we do our research here at Nexus Commentary sometimes, especially towards the end of the season or halfway point,
Fair enough.
when there's actually stats to scout. But anyways, you guys go in and you guys get the Bloodless comp, which of course everyone knows is really strong right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we won, so.
Was that what your initial goal was going into that map?
Our initial goal, no matter what, was honestly get Li Ming. We wanted to first pick Li Ming, and everything after that was just up in the air depending on what we felt like doing. But I mean, Bloodlust is always on the table because it's just so strong right now.
Yeah, yes it is. At any point during the draft, you guys go, we don't really need to commit to this Bloodlust. We could always go for the Ancestral still. Or did you just go, we have Rhaegar, we're going Bloodlust. Like, that's that.
Yeah, no, that's honestly how we feel. Like, Ancestral, don't get me wrong, good heroic, solid heroic.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Bloodlust, there's a reason it's got like a 10% higher win rate in games than Ancestral. It's just busted in its current state. You have to have counters to it, or you will probably lose to it. Like, it's that simple.
Do you think Game 2 goes differently if they had Artanis in their offlane?
I mean, a lot of things change. I think Imperius certainly was less impactful than another solo laner could have been, but I mean, so much of that just comes down to like, did the Imperius land spears? If they did, well, they probably made a really big impact on the game, and they probably won. And if they didn't, they probably didn't feel like they did all that much.
Such is the way of Imperius.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say if they had Artanis, we wouldn't have been able to backdoor them. But I mean, when you're down to like 22% on core against the Bloodlust comp, unless you kill them, as long as the enemy team is up and has Bloodlust, it's always an option.
Especially now that it's 16 seconds at 20.
I mean, yeah. Well, credit to Chromie. She like left time traps all over the map. They knew what we were doing, and they just still couldn't stop because it's like rip Bloodlust, run it down. Like, it's just so hard to stop. Because like you said, you can run circles around them with how long it lasts.
Yeah. Oh, it's ridiculous. Like, you could keep the double the size. You have like the double durations is a little much.
Well, like, you know, like you were saying about Artanis in the blind, you need to take the second blind because it lasts so long. You can get hit by it, disengage, and re-engage before the Bloodlust ends when you have the 20 upgrade.
Even then, I think you actually outlast both blinds.
Yeah, probably, honestly. Yeah,
blinds, yeah, because it's a total of 8 seconds with both blinds, with a minimum cooldown of 10 seconds in between. So
yeah,
you're definitely getting at least 10 or more seconds out of it.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
I mean, you
So,
guys came out the door of game one. You just came out swinging. You took the first objective, second objective, third objective, fourth objective, even. You won every objective. You guys were always there as soon as it spawned, except for the fourth one where you guys were looking at the back door. But, like, I was like, these immortal fights need to happen 2 seconds before the immortal starts, or, like, you're never going to beat gillySharks in the first half. Like, is that, like, is that something you guys have practiced a bunch? Was, like, on time, like, we have to be at the immortal spawn, or is, like, was tonight just, like, alright, we're controlling the map, so we're able to, like, comfortably show up beforehand?
I mean, I think at the end of draft, it's very clear. Like, it's kind of like who's the beatdown, who has the race team, and who has the defensive team. Because neither, like, you can't both be the race team. So one of you has the advantage in that regard. And once you figure that out, then you just see if both teams take their appropriate roles and go from there. And I think once we raced down the first immortal so easily, it was like, oh, well, now we're like locked in. So we know as long as we get there and set up ahead of time, we will always win the race unless they take a hard engage into us. So as long as we look out for that, yeah, it benefits us immensely to be there first.
Alright, and then you go into game 3, and that's when the pressure's on. You have to perform. It's now a best of 1 with a 2-game scrim intro. So, going to game 3, it's Volskaya Foundry.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants to know why you guys didn't go Rhaegar again.
We just wanted to make sure they couldn't go double support into us. And as long as that happened, we felt like we'd be good to go. And like Rhaegar is very good, but it also does have counterplay, especially on a map like that where you really don't necessarily have to fight. Because as long as you get to objective first, if you engage with Bloodlust and the enemy team backs off, you're not going to have it back. It's not like you can keep it up again if they re-engage on you. And so that kind of map, it's much more back and forth in terms of, I mean, you saw in the game, like sometimes team would take it, then we'd take it back, they'd retake, etc. So those one-shot like heroics are less valuable on Volskaya, I feel like, than other maps. Also, the camps kind of throw off the balance a little bit as well.
Yeah. As we saw in a couple fights where all of a sudden there's just like 4 turns in the map, and whichever one had the advantage tend to win those fights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then we had Sylv, so we got boosted turrets for that and boosted Merc camps. Like, it's just, yeah, so much about camps. Also, they kind of sniped us. We were going to go Anna Mephisto, which doesn't really play with Bloodlust because,
No.
you know, mage autos are only so good.
Also,
But, you know,
auto.
yeah. But they banned it, so.
Quite the prediction. A lot of teams going on a Mephisto right now, especially on maps like that or Braxis, where there's bound to be a lot of people there.
Yeah.
What else happened in Game 3? It's exciting to talk about. You guys didn't wipe on core.
I guess the biggest thing I would say is our Imperious player hit a huge spear on the first objective when it was looking not so great for us. Got 3, and we just team wiped them, and that let us get first objective and kind of get ahead, and we stayed ahead for most of the game until they, I think third objective, they caught up to us. But I mean, it just kind of showed the difference where it's like, if Imperious hits a big spear, that could be the entire team fight. So it felt like Imperious was a big deal that game, because, well, spears hit.
Yes, especially the first objective where you landed the big 3-man queue that just like instantly snowballed that full, like that just secured the first objective for you guys when you guys did that last defense. You killed Garrosh, you were trying to disengage, and then just boom, 3-man Imperious queue, and then you killed all 3. So that was exciting. Any thoughts, feelings, or anything you want to convey about the games before shoutouts?
I thought game 1 was really interesting, despite most of it being one-sided. It's one I'll definitely rewatch. I also credit to Sky5. They thought they played really well, and game 3 was a toss-up at that very end. So, I mean, can't say I, 100% thought we were winning it, but we pulled it out. So happy to say, good stuff. Also, I hope more teams take us to BOE because We are ready to go on there.
That means teams are gonna start banning it. Though, of course, whenever you scout a team, you almost never watch the interviews. So,
Yeah, those are who watches the interview? Those are boring. It doesn't matter.
yeah, you watch the games and then you ignore the interviews where they actually tell you what they meant to do.
Yeah, like hey, that cool thing we did, that was an accident.
Yeah.
It just kind of happened, you know.
All right. Do you have any shoutouts you want to do before we wrap this up?
Sure. Shouts to you for casting. As always, thank your casters. We always appreciate you taking time out of your day to do this. Shouts to Gilly. Shouts to my teammates. Chess for, again, big spears all day, every day. And shout outs to my baby probes who are like
Aw.
crushing in Div C right now. And then the baby probes, which is just adorable.
You said baby probes. I always automatically default to cannon drift. Cannon drift.
I know, because like I just back when they were in Div D, I just used to call them, oh yeah, they're my baby probes because they're down there. And now they're in C this season, so and there's another probe team, so I can't call them that anymore.
Yeah, it's
I
baby
gotta
probes
get
and
used to
adult
it.
probes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, shout out to both teams for putting on such an epic series. It was very entertaining to watch and to cast. Thank you to NGS for putting it all together. Thank you, Cage, for pointing out the spelling error. I did fix it. I didn't even notice the fact that I had 2 letters swapped there. And shout out to all of you for coming out and watch. And of course, as always, we'll see you next time in the Nexus.